Welcome back to another episode of Better Toast Podcast. Or should I say, today's episode is going to be Better Spook Podcast. Me, as usual, your shut up. Me, as usual, your host, Chuck, and the usual members that we have today, Alex, June, and Lileh. And we have a special guest today. Two of them supposedly, but we only have one for now. Simon.
Hey guys, it's me, Chuck.
Yo, Chuck, what's
Okay.
going on?
What's up? It's me, Chuck.
All right.
I knew this guy was
It's your
fake.
boy.
Okay, what are we going to talk today, guys?
I don't know, man. That's,
Alright,
that's
okay,
on
hold on.
you.
Today's episode
hold
is
up.
going to be Halloween episode. Yeah, obviously we're not recording this on Halloween, but we're gonna talk about Halloween shit because it's October, right? And if you guys have been following my community for quite a while, y'all should know that we have a project running, and I would say the one who lead the project, or at least the one who do a lot of work for that project, is Simon. That's why he's here. He gonna talk
Hey,
about
it's me,
that shit.
Chuck.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for Halloween special, we have an idea. One day, me and Simon just sitting in a VC. Like
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
like a real yeah, exactly.
I just realized it was a bad idea.
As soon as
Like
you say
everyone
me
knows.
and Simon, it's really bad.
Everyone know if me and Simon in a VC talk about shit, it's not going to be very Gucci. So
Yeah.
we have a very bad idea, and no one want to stop us because essentially we're both stupid and moron, and we decided to create a horror game for Halloween in just 1 month. It's almost 1 month now. So how far are we in, Simon?
Good luck.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
So like it's going. It's mostly my fault that it's like halfway.
Why
like,
is that? What do you mean by your
it's my fault for taking like so many breaks.
How could you, Simon? Come on.
That's what I'm saying. I'm here watching anime, right? I'm like, fuck, I should be doing this project, but I could do it last minute. I know I could.
I can do
so
it later.
kind of like
Yeah.
How
a praise,
dare
right?
you? How
Yeah,
dare you
waiting
take
for
breaks when you're doing this for
Yeah.
free?
We're waiting for this AAA title to come out.
Okay, this is what we talk about like before we actually start the game, right? I don't know what happened, but we both agree to make the game look scuff as shit. Means like it only take like 2 minutes kind of effort, but Simon
Yeah.
make it so good that I literally have to scrap everything I've done and make a better illustration for it.
Okay, but like scuffed. I was like, well, it should look at least decent, right? Like,
Okay.
I guess that wasn't like going to Chuck's head or something.
Yeah. The scuff to some extent.
Yes.
Because in my opinion, we have a pretty good story. We don't need a good gameplay, but if you really want to make it a good gameplay, it's on you because you're the only programmer we have.
The poor man.
I mean, the gameplay is just a walking simulator. That's all it is.
Pretty much. But hey, you did have a problem on certain area. I don't really want to
Yeah.
talk about the content of the game. It's kind of. I mean, it's going to be out on the same day. Check the description. I will put the description of the game if we manage to finish it.
It's going to be done.
Okay.
Doesn't mean it's going to be good, but it's going to be
Okay.
done.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's
all
gonna
right.
be done at least at some point.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Walking simulator? I thought it was supposed to be an eroge. What?
Damn.
Or horoge,
Was it? Wasn't this the Chuck the waifu hunter?
No,
Yeah, that's what I
What?
thought.
Oh my god.
Well, we'll do that someday.
I was deceived.
we'll do that after we have a little bit, funding.
Ah.
You know,
Because
when I could like actually
all-
program.
Yeah, like all the assets that we bought is coming from our own pocket for now.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
So like the
Um,
one asset I needed to buy, right? It was like
Mhm.
it's supposed to make the game look like scuffed, but I needed $5. So
Wait, is it like I already like I already?
yeah, Chuck gave me the $5 and it bought.
Wow.
Money
can I do?
bags.
What can I do? I'm the one who contribute to the idea. I have to contribute when it comes to monetization, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah, that is true. That is true.
Oh man.
God
Yeah,
damn
but
it.
you
out
can
here.
for the Chuck and Waifu Hunter, you can try crowdfunding, of course.
Yeah.
I hope
Yeah.
that $5 makes this game at least a little bit good.
Check out here spending $5 to buy 100% shares in this game. The one shareholder in the meeting.
I mean, as far as I've seen the screenshot and whatnot from Simon, the game looks decent. Way too good than what I imagined. It's
Make
a,
it uglier.
yeah, it's a little too good, and I'm concerned about the time frame now.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not scuffed enough.
Okay, so
I
like
understand.
pretty much what I need to do is like finish like 2 levels and then the rest I need to like touch up. So it's gonna look good. I hope.
Did you make the problem work though? Like the problem that we had?
Oh no.
No, shit.
Yeah.
So we have to think
Yeah.
about how to change that part, I guess. We
Yeah.
can talk about it later.
Yeah. Maybe when
maybe
I'm
going to-
awake.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd happily make more music for this. I was even thinking of words. And getting
You
and
want me to
like
sing?
I was gonna get someone to sing but someone with like a real like childlike voice, like Bonesy.
Not
Wait,
random.
She's not around though.
She's around. Easy
I
to
think
ping
June
her.
has a pretty like good voice for that.
Yeah. What's a good lolly voice?
Yeah.
A lolly,
Yeah.
lolly voice.
Mhm.
Why you
Yeah.
did Lolly was what the fuck?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
that
so-
works.
What's up?
You're hired.
Nice.
We can ask Lily to sing.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's fine.
Who?
Yeah.
You?
You.
Did I have my name? The fuck?
Yeah, just give us a couple of etos and a couple of
Yeah.
anos.
I know that kind of shit.
Sono.
Get yourself in the
Look, you guys
mood.
are doing it right here, right now, for free. What do you mean?
Ah,
Oh, she's smart. She's smart.
She's
I have the
smart.
biggest
Yeah,
brain.
damn. Yeah, damn.
Stonks.
We gotta
Stonks.
think about that later. As far as I remember, as far as I remember that the thing that we already talked about, pretty much right now we only have like one voice, which is going to be Alex's voice for the for the dialogue, right?
Oh, that's it.
You have
Yeah,
a nice voice.
yeah, you do have a nice voice. What can I do? If you don't want Simon to talk in that game,
Yeah, I don't want to talk in that game either.
Yeah. Maybe it's better for everyone.
Damn.
it's better for everyone.
Damn.
Bitter game podcast. Bitter voice podcast.
Better roast podcast.
Are we doing this now? God
Better
damn.
roast
No,
podcast?
please.
We roast our guests.
Okay, who's next?
All right. If you have to if you have to say like the progress that you've done, how far have you got, Simon, in terms of like percentage?
I feel like I got at least 60% of it done.
60% done.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got all the map done?
It's no like the maps are like I need to do one map and then the rest I need to like touch them up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm probably gonna do later today or watch anime.
Most likely
Or-
watch anime.
Yeah, but,
Let's just be real.
But yeah, it's mostly that, and then I need to do some what's it called? some things where you can't like the player can't go outside the map and like do some
Oh.
hacksy cheatsy things.
Hacking.
cheatsy thing. Damn, are you a hacker, man? Goddamn.
Yeah.
Is it like you can just put a invisible wall for those
Yeah,
kind of shit?
that was a plan.
Just make a hardcore mode where like it's jump scare every 10 seconds. Just like you're walking.
Oh, yeah, we also have to-
just Simon's face all over the place.
Yeah.
We also have to talk about how do we want to nail the last part, because we also have like
Yeah.
we have to talk about that. And yeah.
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 Soka.
Eto.
No.
そのあれ
Arere?
Okay, so that out of the way.
It's time for the scary monogataris, my dudes.
Scary Monogatari. Oh, okay.
The
Before,
the kawaii monogataris.
Very spoopy.
because realistically speaking, Simon is right now is like technically dying. He cannot like stay for that long. But
I mean,
before-
I could stay for one story.
okay, no. I mean, yeah, you have to stay here right now for one story, because the story is gonna be from you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
What is Simon
no.
gonna tell his story of his life or what
Yes.
Wait.
bibliography? Because that's really scary.
As a to the year 2000, I was born. The end.
Yeah, that's pretty horror. God damn it. Okay, Simon.
Yeah, I was not prepared for this part. What?
No, don't worry about it. Okay, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so okay. So you have been living in US since you were born, right?
Oh yeah, it's been scary. I mean, this whole place is a horror story.
Yeah. I'm sure about that.
When you were growing up, is there any like folklore that your parents told you about, or like just to make you, just to make you quivers a little, just to make you go to bed or some shit?
I mean, actually, I have no idea. It's mostly like when I was a kid, right? It was
Now here's come the story. That's good.
Nah.
That's how you do it.
Once upon a time.
That's good.
Oh,
Go.
okay. So it's I don't know. It's just weird, but like, so I used to go to my like great grandma's place, or like no, just my grandma's place, right?
Okay. Then great grandma.
No.
Position.
I had to think which house it was. I think it was my grandma's. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's so my grandma's
What's it
room,
called?
like
Is that what
her bedroom. There's this closet, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but like I had a fear of that closet.
You have the
And-
fear of the closet.
Mhm.
I had a okay, so like for some reason like I had like these weird dreams. Like I walked into that closet, right? And then I was just like endlessly falling into like like nothingness. Actually, no, I know how to explain this. So you guys
Okay.
watch VHSs, right?
Yes.
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 So you know at like in the beginning of like VHS, there's like those like trailer things that are like coming soon to theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just that. It was fucking frightening. I was just falling and I'm just seeing like all these colors and I was like, oh my god, this is terrifying. And I never walked in. I would like never get into my grandma's room because of that stupid closet.
You have that dream when you spend the night there, or like?
No, it was weird because like I don't know like why I dreamed this. I was in a car. I was like sleeping in the car, right? And then I had that dream, and after that, I kept having that dream too, which was weird.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Is it on a specific time? Like, do you,
No.
is it like?
It was just like random. I don't know why.
Okay. So you don't know why. You just like you
Actually,
got into a car one day and you just fall asleep and you had that dream.
I think the reason I had those dreams was like it was if I'm napping during the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I never had that dream at night, which was the
Okay.
thing. I don't know why.
Do you
I've been to that closet too. There's like nothing in there.
At
Are
least
you sure?
So hey.
Yeah, I
That's what he
conquered the
thinks.
fear. I conquered the fear, but like, damn, that was frightening.
Okay. So the closet, eh? Grandma's closet. That is our first story. Goddamn.
Really spooky.
As a kid, I can see why that is frightening because you most of the time, let's be real, if you go to like your grandma's place or whatnot, usually you will think there are ghosts in that house. Like everyone will think that when you were a kid, right? Because it's
Yeah.
such an old house and all that kind of shit, full of old people, probably someone dead or maybe something like that. I don't know. But yeah, as a kid, I can see clearly that why that's scary. But I would love to know why specifically you have that dream.
I
Because
think my grandma told me not to
Hmm.
go in that closet for a reason. I don't know
Oh.
why.
Wait, your grandma told you that?
Well,
Yeah.
Okay,
That's a little
that's pretty
strange.
sketchy, dude. Yeah, that's
It's
pretty.
really strange.
must be
oh,
full
no.
of dead bodies or something.
Well, okay, like the thing was like my grandma was a kind of a hoarder, right? And like her whole room was just like full of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess
So-
it was just really packed in there.
Yeah, probably she's just afraid like things fall on you or
Yeah.
some shit.
Yeah, and that just gave me that childhood fear. Thanks, Grandma. Very cool.
Thanks, Grandma.
Appreciate it, Grandma.
Very cool.
Thanks, Mal.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. What about other members of this podcast? Have you guys ever had, those kind of experience or like actually have a legit experience with ghosts and shit? Let's say supernatural because some people don't believe in ghosts, right?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of
no.
like stories of the island, like
The
a lot of
Story
like,
of
urban
the island.
legends and horror
Oh, urban
stories
legends.
and
I
things
love
that
this.
happen.
Where is this story came from?
So this originated in the Pacific Islands, focusing around the island or the Isle of Samoa. So in there are plenty of things that you shouldn't be doing at night. A lot of it at nighttime, as soon as it's dark, you are not to be anywhere other than at home or in
Okay.
the house.
Okay.
Because there's different laws and things that you shouldn't be, that of spiritual beings about that you want to avoid or you don't want to come into contact with.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even then, even at being at home, there are things that you got to do before you sleep at all times. So for which one to start with? So there's the usual beast of the night that is lurking around graveyards or whenever there's a grave plot about that you need to avoid at nighttime
Okay.
or be nearby. Although in the islands, it's very customary to have your dead buried with you at home.
Mm-hmm.
So not just like at a graveyard, but like maybe in your front yard. Yeah,
Okay.
have like a stone tomb there, which is normal. And there was one time where me and my brother were out and about. It was getting a bit late. We were charged with washing the grave plot. So it's a stone tomb, so we gotta get out there, scrub it down, make sure it's clean or presentable and whatnot. So we did, but we were supposed to do it during the day. We delayed it, and it was like, I don't know, 7, and it was really dark.
Procrastinate.
Yeah, which is not a good idea, like we learned the hard way. So we were scrubbing a plot, and they said, "What are you doing? Like you can't be doing it at night."
Mm-hmm.
And they said, and we were like, "Oh, why not?" Like it's like there is a thing that they call the beast of the night,
The
where
beast of-
where it's simply a shadow of a monster, but all you see are its teeth.
Oh, that's gross.
And
Yes.
whenever you're nearby its territory, which is graveyards, at nighttime, for any living beings that are around the dead where they shouldn't be, they will attack, they will bite, and they will leave a mark on you, some way or another.
Oh, it's not like straight kill.
No, but they'll leave but they'll leave like a very clear mark.
Okay.
And when you're seen with that mark, people avoid you, right?
Oh yeah.
So like you're kind of like ostracized almost. So
So
we
strange.
didn't listen, and
You-
we're like, oh, you know what, we still got to do it. And if we if we get to the morning and it's not done, then we're gonna be in shit. So like, fuck it, let's go do it.
Mhm.
Started watching it at night, and then all we heard is rustling, and like amongst the bushes, and the bushes are pretty far because it's a fucking plantation, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's these trees all about, and you just think it's no one here rustling, and then we just heard like low growling, and we're like, no, we got dogs. It can't be that. We got dogs.
Mhm.
The dogs were asleep in the house. We didn't know. We heard growling, and we're like, oh shit, okay, this is right. Just kept going, and then my brother started hearing things. He was like,
Turing team.
yeah, he started hearing things, like hearing a voice,
Okay.
and it was like and as he was hearing things, he kept like because it's a massive like stone tomb. He felt himself kind of being pushed away from the graveyard, from the front of the plot, and like I kind of kept on towards the outside of it, just like focusing on like the structure that was hanging over it, like the coverage, while he was on the tomb actually scrubbing the stone.
Okay.
And he kept getting pushed away from the tomb. He just heard his voice and kept being pushed away. And we were like, oh, okay, this is pretty fucking scary. And he's like, yeah, let's go, fuck it.
Yeah. Book
So
it.
we dropped our shit. We went back to the house, and we went to bed. It was about like 10 to 11 at that point, and then he just started moaning. My brother just started like just getting a bit like short pains in his leg. And we're just like, whoa, what the fuck? What, did you trip on something? What? And he's like, oh, I don't know, something wrong with my leg. And then it got to the, yeah.
Is it a bite mark?
Well, see, that's the thing. See, this is the fucked up part, right? So, like, we got to the morning, and my dad saw the plot, and it was like half clean. He saw the buckets, and he knew what went down. And he's like, "What are you guys doing at night?" He's like, "Yep." And he said, "Did you hear a voice?" And he said, and then my brother said, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, that was your great grandmother. She was trying to push you away from the graveyard plot because something was there."
Oh.
And then we're like, "Oh shit, okay." But then even after all that, my brother was still in pain.
Mhm.
So they check, and he was holding on to his leg, and each day his leg started getting more like the pains just started growing really badly, right?
Okay.
And we took him to the hospital, and somehow apparently his leg, part of the bone fractured and splintered off for no
Jesus.
reason whatsoever.
Oh.
We did nothing that would warrant that kind of a break, that kind of injury. So like a part of it splintered off, and what happened was, because it like two parts of it splintered off, where it's kind of like shards of bone, and it was like piercing out of his skin, out of his leg, where it kind of looks like teeth coming out of his leg in a bite,
Bruh.
right? And we're just like, we just like both looked at each other and was like, yeah, we're not fucking with these legends anymore. Because like,
What do you think that is it do you believe like on what your dad said, or like you believe it's some kind of malicious kind of being that
Well,
Yeah.
the beast of the night is a malicious being that or it's you could say it's like it's kind of like a chaotic good kind of thing, right? Where
chaotic?
at a certain point of time, this is for the dead to rest, right? This area is
Okay.
for the dead to
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be life, at the living and the dead in the same place
So,
at one
yes.
point.
Okay, so the idea of that bees exists is because they want to gatekeep the graveyard.
Pretty much, right?
Okay.
So it was the idea of it. It's to protect the dead,
Mhm.
and because like in it's like fuck, they put everything with the dead, right? Like money, like jewelry, just
Yeah.
put it in there. So people are gonna be like, oh, I can make some cash out of it. But they've got this superstition that's there. But that very night, we were just like, is it real? Because like if you look at his leg, like you can see like the punches of the bone just like creeping out of his leg. That's why he was holding his leg, because it was breaking through each skin layer each
Yo.
day
Dude.
to a point where it actually got out of his leg, and it just like because it's shards, it looks like teeth.
God damn.
That's scary.
God damn.
Yeah, damn.
And yeah, that was the day we listened to everything our elder said. At that point, we listened to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if we were like, nah, it can't be really. No, listen.
Yeah.
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 See, like-
All right. Oh my
Yeah.
god. All right. Before we continue, because Simon's is like dying right now. Not because he's scared, you know.
No, of course he's
not
scared.
No,
He shat his pants already.
sorry.
It's understandable. No worries.
All right. It is just because our guest she decided to not sleeping last night, so
Yeah.
we literally we wanted him to be here to talk about the games and whatnot. So yeah, if you guys listen to this podcast on YouTube, the link to that game will be on the description below. Or if you listen to the I cannot English there. If you listen on Spotify, I will put the link in the show description. And thank you, Simon, for being here.
Simon.
Good luck with the game development. I hope it turns out well.
All right.
And get some
gonna,
fucking sleep.
I'm
Looking
gonna
forward to
commit
the Hodo
shut-eye.
game.
All right.
All
Good
right.
luck.
See you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night.
See ya.
There he goes.
God damn.
Man, there was only one legend.
What a
That's
jackass.
actually so scary though. Like this is in what country is this in, if you don't mind?
Samoa.
Bruh.
Woo. Do you have those
Nice.
kind of story, Lileh? Interesting. I actually
Like,
have one
honestly-
story. Like it's not that scary, but I'll tell you anyway.
After that story, I don't know who the fuck is gonna be able to follow up, because I'm pretty sure that one was probably the most insane one in our
Yeah.
group.
Probably.
Yeah.
That makes me
pretty sure.
question, you know how like demons and spirits are usually like associated with like some type of religion, like usually like Christianity and stuff, like demons and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
That makes me wonder, because like they've definitely probably like those experiences, like the supernatural experiences have probably happened even before like the founding of certain religions and stuff. So like
Mhm.
what the fuck is going on? There's no actual explanation for it. Like maybe in the future we'll find out like through fucking science and physics
Yeah,
what those
probably
phenomena
Most
are.
likely.
Probably it's just like phenomena. I don't know. Regarding
think
to
it's
like
psychic
space and
phenomena?
time or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like that's some
There'll be a new
weird stuff.
category of science, like ethereal science.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. Most likely.
Before I start my story though, I actually have a couple of stories, but I think I wanna talk about the recent things that been happening. Do you guys before that I just wanna ask you guys, like, do you guys believe in like witchcraft or something like that, or black magic?
I don't
Like certainly someone does it to do harm to other people, that kind of shit.
I believe in witchcraft to an extent.
To an
And
extent,
not,
right?
I mean, I'm not talking about like Hogwarts kind of shit, witchcraft.
Mhm.
No,
No.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, just some people try to do something bad to you in like kind of spiritual way.
Yeah, like
I mean,
I feel like
yeah.
that's psychic phenomena. I feel like that is a possibility, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
so the story like happens to me right after my nephew was born.
oh shit, that's not long ago.
Yeah. Do you remember when
Mm.
back then I was like on bed for like a long time? I cannot move and shit. Like I'm super fucking sick. I cannot stream and do any shit. Yeah. So back then, I've never like told anyone about this because back then I just say like, yeah, I'm just sick. I'm just tired. So before that event happened, I go to my friend's house because I was building PC for him, and then I drive to like his house and send that PC over to him. And right before I get home, just out of nowhere, I got sick. Right, this is like when I'm still at his house. I got sick, and then my sister starts calling me, like saying like, "Hey, mom has been in bed for like a few days now. You gotta come back." All right, and I was like, "All right, I'm a drive home now." With that sickness, literally, because it is good that I have a friend that drive with me. I go to my friend's house, which is on the other side of the country, with my friend from around my around the place that I live in, right? So I go with him, and then I was like so sick that I can't even drive. So I told him to drive, and then when we got home, my mom's like like my sister suggests she's been in bed for like quite a while now. She's like fine when it's night, but when it's daytime, she's like she seems like she's in excruciatingly pain. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but she's in pain, right?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
most of the day, and my nephew doesn't stop crying at all. And my dad also started to like feeling a little bit under the weather. It doesn't hit as hard to my sister and my brother-in-law, so they keep going to work because we thought it's just like probably a fever that hit a family or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So because me specifically, I like to think things in a sign part first. It's not like I don't believe all the supernatural stuff. I do believe in them, but I would love to think things like on a science part first, right? I always try to think logical first. It'd be like, oh, maybe everyone's just sick right now, and we live in the same house, so it's probably like contagious in that sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bring my nephew to a doctor, and we try to do a medical checkup and whatnot, and come to a surprise, the doctor said like our temperature and all it comes is actually fine. So he don't know what happened to us. He don't know why my nephew keep crying. He don't know why I feel unwell, and he don't know what kind of pain that my mom's been experiencing, right? Because my mom said like the pain moved from her waist down to her thighs, right? Like up and down for the whole fucking day until it's nighttime. When it's nighttime, it's like totally fine. So that shit going on for like a week or so. At this point, I don't really stream at all. I keep telling people like, "Hey, I'm sick. I'm just sick." I did because I thought I'm sick because I go to my friends, so probably I'm a little bit tired and shit like that. So I keep telling people that yeah, I'm just sick. I will be back later. But at some point, I think it was like Friday. I think it's Friday. My aunt was around, and she's a little bit religious kind of person, and she said like I have to get help. She knows what happened, but she can't help in that sense because she said like because she's also like very very old, and she can't do all those stuff anymore, like those poltergeist shit stuff. I don't know, right?
Yeah,
Like she
like
said
exorcisms and shit.
she can't do that shit no more because she's very very old. But she said like you really really need help, especially your mom's. And at first I was like so confused. I was like, this can't be that bad, right? Because like I said, I like to think on logical aspects first before I jump into a supernatural conclusion. So it was like, nah, it's not. It can't be that bad. And then as soon as I say that, my mom just screamed like it's not more like she's crying, she's screaming. I was like, what's wrong? And my nephew started like crying out loud. And then she said like her entirely like right side of her body was like all in pain, like from top to down, right? And at some point she just like just stopped screaming and stopped like she actually stopped moving, and I was like, and her eyes turning like white, and I was like, holy shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because I literally sit there. I was like, am I sitting here watching my mom die in front of me, right? Because that's exactly like what it looks like. And then my aunt do what she can, like as best as she can to like, you know, try to get my mom's like wake up again. And then when she's awake, dad look at me and she be like, you guys gotta get help. And I was like, all right, we gotta get help. This is no bueno. And then I called my dad. My dad came home. We met someone, and sure enough, that person, that very very good at like exorcism kind of shit and whatnot. He said like someone sent us a spirit, which is very very malicious because they kind of jealous about how well our family has been going because you know, even though like I quit my job, I still do very well. And then my sister got married, we got a nephew, and then we just like bought a few cars and whatnot. And he said like this person's family is very very jealous of you guys, like they very jealous of how well-being our family is, and they send a spirit to us to wreak a havoc and something like that. And sure enough, after all the process is going on, and like we my mom's is like fine now after that session and shit like that. And that was like my scariest experience because, you know, not many people obviously many people have experienced losing someone they love, right? But not many people like experiencing sitting there literally watching their loved one like fading away, because that's what it felt, right? At least to me, when those kind of shit happen, right? My mom's literally screaming on the floor, right there beside of me, and then at some point she just like stopped moving and her eyes rolls back and all that kind of shit. Man, that shit scares me like a lot. And after that, I was like, all right, it's not everything can be proved with science and all that kind of shit, and it makes me believe on supernatural things even more after that. But yeah, even after that though, I would still love to think about things logically first, but maybe in the future I will be a little bit more careful about thinking about that kind of shit. But yeah, that's my story.
Man, that's scary.
Nice. Witchcraft is real. It is real to a point. Like curses, plagues, even holistic methods. There's some form of belief thrown into it as well. And if the belief is strong enough, it can do something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like that idea is like gonna be explored more as time goes on. Like the idea that literally just sounds like manifestation to me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like people who believe in like witchcraft and stuff. Like I'm not saying I believe in it, but I think it's very interesting to look into that stuff. Is that like you can manifest certain outcomes by training your thoughts in a certain way? Yeah, stuff like that.
Right.
Which is interesting. And
Probably
I'm-
somehow
I
some
don't know.
people in this world actually master that, right? And then use it to their advantage instead. We don't know.
like once it I'm sure there is a logical explanation for it, and it is it's just mystical because we don't know
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now. Yeah.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I always in my life when all this kind of shit happens, I always try to think logically first. But what am I gonna do? Everything like we literally go to doctors and they say nothing. They don't know about anything and all that kind of shit. So last thing that I have to believe is it is a supernatural event, right?
Mm.
The
But
fact
yeah.
that the fact that your mom's eyes rolled back, like I don't know what the fuck that is, because I've never seen any like medical reason why people would roll their eyes back unless they have like
Yeah.
a seizure or something.
Yeah.
I don't think she was having a seizure though, right?
She never had a CJ before.
Yeah, that's scary as fuck.
Yeah. And it's really like unpleasant, because at some point seeing your mom just like, rolling around on the floor, screaming and shit, saying it hurts, that shit scares as shit, dude. That shit changed me
that's
forever.
obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like holy shit. I literally thought, you know what, this is it. Am I like watching my family actually die in front of me and I can't do nothing about it? That's how it feels like, It's crazy.
Mm.
So I gotta take care of your health or take care of the spirits in your home. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
And after we meet certain people and do all those kind of stuff, everything is very very good now. Like we had peace and now we have peace again. It's fine, everything's fine. But now we try to kind of like stay low. Whenever me and my dad decided to buy new cars and whatnot, we just send it over like to our hometown and shit. We never like put it around our house anymore. Because we try to stay low, try to not because it's like corona shit happening all over the place right now. Obviously people will be a little bit jealous seeing other people living, when they have a little bit easy life, right? So we try to stay low in that kind of sense.
just buy a shit broken down car, but inside's like, like a amazing
Like a house.
engine and parts. And he's just like, yeah, no, but it's just a fixer up. But yeah, open up the engine and you're like, okay.
But yeah, that is happened real recently. It was like a few months ago. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Don't
That's
you
scary,
have
bro.
anything like that, Lily? Like, things that your parents just said, like, you can't, like, you shouldn't do this, or things that they've told you to do that you probably don't know why they've told you to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, honestly, no, dude. All the scary stuff that happens in my life is like true horror type of scary. Like it's not supernatural, it's like true crime kind of shit. Like
that is fine too. I would love to listen to all those kind of stories too.
I don't know, it's kind of like in my area, we live in like a predominantly like Asian neighborhood, right? So you know how in America, I know Americans and their obesity. We got fast food restaurants every fucking block,
God damn it.
like McDonald's over there, we got a Popeye's chicken over there, we got a Taco Bell over here, like all within walking distance. But there's also like in our city, like there's also like an insane amount of bridal shops in this specific city, right? And
a lot of people getting married. What?
That's what, like, it doesn't make any sense because like even if people were getting married, why would you have so many bridal shops in like one small city, and like within
that's pretty scary.
right, like two two shops away from each other and stuff like that, like across the street from each other even. And like sometime during high school, I found out that those bridal shops were all like a cover up for a human trafficking scheme.
My god.
Yeah, they were, so like they would get people, immigrants from China, right? And they would bring them over, and this is something that happens to like massage parlors too. I'm sure you guys have heard of that shit.
Yeah,
Mm.
They trick people into coming over with the lie that they'll have a better life here, and they actually take their passports, so there's no way they can go back, and they have no form of identification, and then they just fucking like traffic them around. And like the thing with the city was that all those, like, a lot of the bridal shops, they were in cahoots with each other, and there was like a giant fucking human trafficking ring in that area. So that was
Whoa.
insane. It was like, goddamn,
that
what
was
the fuck?
fucked up. Holy shit.
And right
Damn.
now, in my area, my cousin had a friend who told her the story, but I thought it was just being paranoid, but there's like a lot of human trafficking going on this year for some reason in my area.
This specific year?
Yeah, this year, like specifically, I've been seeing a lot more of it. I don't know if it's because of the virus, people go out less, so there's less eyes everywhere.
Maybe.
But one of her friends, like, one time she went to the mall by herself, right?
Mhm.
And she parked in a parking structure where, you know how parking structures have different levels?
Yeah.
She went to one where there wasn't like a door, like one of the inside levels. And as she was walking out, she noticed like a dude like saw her and like started following her. And the whole time she was thinking, okay, this guy's just going to the mall. Like, we're just going to the mall. Like, you know, we're gonna go inside the mall. It's all chill, whatever. But she was super alert because he would follow her everywhere she went. And at a certain point, like, he tried to like sneakily take out his phone and take a picture of her. And she knew at that point, like, oh, this is so fucked. Like, this is actually like something's wrong.
Kind of sus, yeah.
But even then, like, she was like, okay, I'm gonna walk outside back to my car to see if like maybe, you know, he's not doing that. But as she walked out, she saw like from like a distance that like there are 3 dudes surrounding her car. So she ran back inside to ask the security guard to escort her out. And the dudes, the security guard was like, hey, what are you guys doing hanging around here? And they just walked away. They didn't even say anything. They just walked away, and she went home. But that's so scary to me. Like, that's like in the neighborhood now, bro.
Oh my
People are so
god.
scary.
Yeah, man. God damn it.
Ooh,
Spook.
spooky.
Bro,
Damn.
human being crime are actually like the scariest shit ever, man. Like, holy shit. Yeah, horror shit, kind of scary. But hey, when you talk about like human trafficking and all that kind of shit, like murder and all that kind of shit, right? Fuck. That's fucked up. That's really fucking scary.
Yeah, you'll never know what's running around in their heads.
Yeah, there's been some recent cases of that, like through adoption agencies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like there was a news report that went out, like what's it called? There are some people from Europe that have gone over to the Pacific Islands, not just Samoa, but with Fiji, with Tonga, with the Cook Islands and Hawaii as well. So they've gone around looking for vulnerable families, right? You know, because in all of these islands, right, you're taught to do what normally adults would do at a very young age. Like by 10, you should already know how to drive a car. Right?
Wow.
No, yeah, literally, you should know how to drive a car by 10 because you're helping out in the plantations. You need to make sure that you can like get like product from the plantation to the markets, right? That's your job at 10.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're hunting. So there's a lot of these kids that are by themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they like, you know, cruise over, pick up a couple, ship them off. And
Jesus.
there was one girl in Samoa that was kidnapped and what's it called? And taken over to the States, right? Because you know there was an adoption agency there, and there was a nice little American family that couldn't have children, so they wanted to adopt. You know, because why wouldn't they? And they wanted to have a child amongst them. So they contacted an agency and they offered that child that was kidnapped. And the child didn't know what to do, kind of just like followed the protocol and, and just got amongst the family that she was left at. She had no idea of getting back. She didn't know what to do. But the thing was that the family loved the girl so much that they wanted to know more about her. So they started learning the language.
Mm.
And when they learned the language, they started to speak with her more. And then they found out what really happened, where she was from, where she was taken.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually that this adoption agency got caught up, and then they were linked with a whole network that were taking people from smaller islands and padding up their adoption agencies, just to make more of a profit. And so about like maybe 5 or 6 years later, when they were able to speak to the girl properly and they found out what happened, they managed to pinpoint where she lived. They finally returned her back, which was great. But
yeah,
But it's hella fucked up.
it is fucked up. So fucked up that people are making money like that.
Literally,
Yeah.
what were they thinking? Like, we're gonna take these children and then put them up for adoption, and then their loving adoptive family is not gonna talk to them and like
Exactly.
get what?
Yeah, but how many years will it be since then?
Like,
Guys,
I mean, it's fucked up, but like, for a criminal organization, damn, you guys are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good that they're bad then.
Yeah, it was good
In
they're
that
bad.
sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
fucked up. It's kind of fucked up that human trafficking is so rampant in the States. Like, we just got like, a giant network here of missing people and everything. That shit's scary. That shit's.
How about you, June? Do you have any scary story?
I don't know. I don't really, unfortunately, have anything to top it off. I can tell you something about Finnish folklore, maybe.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Folklore.
Folklore, I love folklore.
Folklore. Yeah, folklore. It's something that wasn't really used to scare me off, but I know that a lot of people have probably heard about this.
Okay.
And I'm sure that other countries have pretty similar mythical creature as well as this one. This is probably the, at least to me, the most well-known, but could be for other ones as well. This is something like the mythical creature. It's something called a nakki.
A nakki?
It's a nakki, yes.
Okay. Nakki.
Yes,
Aniki.
Nakki.
Aniki.
Yes. No, it's not Aniki. Sorry. Yeah, but this mythical creature, it's usually pictured as a female, but they are like living near the shore, like of maybe some river or something.
Okay.
And they are usually trying to lure, or it's told that they try to lure children to come to out of the shore to the deeper waters, and they try to drown them. Yeah.
Oh.
So as you can probably imagine, this was Nakki was usually used to scare children to not go to the water, at least when parents aren't there.
Yeah.
And there was some spells which you can use to.
Wow, we have a spell. We gotta learn some spell.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No, I'm not gonna tell these
Okay.
spells because I'm sure that you won't go water
He wants us to die. That's fucked up.
God damn, that's fucked up. You're gonna
Unless
use it
the
for yourself?
spells. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but there was
Okay.
some spells which you can use. I can try to read you some, but you won't probably remember because these are in Finnish, and you probably can't pronounce it. But one of these goes näkkimaalle, minä veteen, and then after this you will throw rock to the water.
Oh, okay. So it's like telling the Neki to
Yeah.
like go away or something?
Yeah, that Neki will come to the shore, and you will go to the water.
Oh, okay.
That's like the rough translation.
Okay.
Wait, can you say it again? Say the spell again.
Näkkimaalle, minä veteen.
All right, guys, remember that spell. Whenever
Remember that.
Okay, what does it?
So
What does
if
it
you're
mean
near
in English?
it basically means that the Neki will come to the shore, and you will go to the water.
Can I say it
swipe
in
no
English?
swipey.
God damn it.
Yeah, but remember this when you're going to swim next time.
Good thing I can't swim.
Yo, I love swimming. God damn. Jeez, Louise. All right.
Yeah, Chuck's gonna be the first one to die.
Yeah.
Come to the deep end. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I'm
my-
coming.
You
If
said
it's cute anime girl talking to me, I'm coming.
you said Neki is a female? Hell yeah, let's go.
That's so
Hell yeah.
sad. Goodbye.
Oh, God damn.
Finally,
Alright.
female talking to me. Here we go.
Fuck. God damn it.
So it's like a river spectrum, but like almost like a kind of like a siren in a sense, right? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll go through like some scary story that we have, right? But we also have some entries that we can read. Very interesting. I think we have 3 entries, maybe something like that. We can read. I'm gonna read like the first one, and we can talk about it. Like
Ooh.
probably, maybe just discuss about it. Like actually, what happens? Maybe like we can also like rate like how scary it is, and one of these people will get something special if their stories is pretty good. That's it.
They will get spooked.
Special.
The
Should
first,
we rate the other ones?
yeah, you guys can read like the other one. Wait. Okay, never mind. All right. The first story was sent by Rika. She DM'd me the other day. Because we asked like if people have some scary experience or something like that, right? So this is based on true events. It seems like. No, she told me actually. It based on true events that happened to her specifically.
Nice.
So it goes like this. Maybe Lily should read this one because it sounds like it should be female, right? So you read this one, Lily.
All right, popcorn reading time. Let's go.
Yeah, okay.
Lolly voice.
Let's go.
All right. Where did you send it?
Scroll up.
Scroll up,
on-
yeah.
yeah.
Scary story by Rika.
I thought I was awake, but I was not. I saw my desk. My room was the same but more dark because I can't see my stuff. I felt like my body was so heavy. I could move, but I was trying to open my lampshade, but I couldn't. The switch is moving, but the light was not turning on. Out of a whim, I started praying. My room was getting more light, but as soon as I stopped praying, it got dark again. I don't know, but I think someone's there to get me. My body felt so heavy, but I could move. I could still move. My arms were still functional. I was trying so hard to open the light. I thought that I plugged off the lamp, so I was trying to touch the socket above my bed until I felt like my feet were floating. Half of my body was floating. Then again, I prayed even if something was distracting me. I was like half asleep at this point. My eyes were open, but it was not. My words in my head are gibberish at some point, but I still continued praying. I could only hear my prayer and mumbling people. My feet were still floating until it slowly went down the bed again. The desk in front of me is more visible. I tried opening the lampshade and it just makes a sound that my hairdryer makes. I touched the socket and it was plugged in. After a few minutes, I slowly opened my eyes. I knew I was awake because I turned my shade and the light came on. I was contemplating if it was a dream because it was all too real. But as soon as I woke up, my legs were numb. I felt my legs were very achy too. And I looked at the clock. It was 3:08 a.m. I just cried for a few minutes. What? She just cried?
So apparently, in a lot of culture, right, when it comes to like 3 a.m., that was like when scary shit happened, right?
3
yeah,
a.m.
that's
is
the
the witchy
beckoning
hour.
hour. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I would say she's probably have the experience of sleep paralysis, maybe.
Yeah, that's how I'm thinking too. Sleep
Yeah.
paralysis.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
sleep paralysis
for sure.
can really feel too real because you're basically like in subconscious, which you kind of like aware that about your surrounding, but also your mind is like still dreaming. You know what I mean? That's why like you saw your sometimes you saw like your room, but then you saw like a figure like on the corner of your room and all that kind of shit because the reality and your thoughts is just jumbling right together. And I thought like that's probably the experience that she's going through.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but we're giving it a spooky rating. We're not giving it a medical diagnosis.
Oh yeah. Obviously. I just
Of
like
course.
I said, we just want to discuss about it, like probably figure out like what happened to them and whatnot. But yeah, regardless, it is a very scary experience for her. I'm sorry that she have to go through that, right? So
Paralysis is so scary.
We'll get her a script or some sleeping pills. She'll be fine.
yeah.
Who you gonna call? Ghostbuster!
Ghostbusters! God damn it. The way she wrote her story was like really sounds like it's a sleep paralysis kind of event because everything is like all over the places, right? Like the set piece of like what happens in what time, like what she's doing, and then suddenly she's like probably like in the bed and probably like on her table or on her days or whatnot. Not. It's like yeah, it gives you the the dreamy kind of not dreamy, the nightmarish kind of feeling to it. And
yeah,
I feel like for a scary story, right? It ends like real fast. Like she was like awake 3:08 a.m. and she cried for a few minutes, right? Which is I think that's a good way to end a story too. You don't have to have a conclusion for a story, for a horror story, in my opinion. Leave it hanging. In this case, she's probably talking about sleep paralysis, which is at some point for someone who experienced those kind of thoughts, she's probably don't have it at all, right? She just woke up and probably like just confused. So that is a good way to end. I feel like at least in this kind of story.
I mean, of course you will like it because this story involves a crying girl. So
oh fuck! You're
we all know that you will like it.
Oh my god! Your mind.
Holy
Your mind.
fuck!
Yeah.
That's true. That's true though.
I mean, you just heard them, guys. You heard them, guys. Crayon's like, oh, it's like it's a great finish to the story. Oh,
Indeed. Yes, you heard it here.
Fuck! I hate you guys.
You love to hear it.
Exposed.
God damn it! All right, you guys give rating then. God damn it! I'm not gonna say shit.
I feel like this one's more like a psychological horror. I give it psychological horror out of 10.
Psychological out of 10. All right.
I give it crying girl out of 10.
I give it a three quarters of a tier out of 10.
God damn it! I actually go to fucking actually review the story. You guys just it's a psychological horror out of 10. What the fuck? Actually review the shit. Holy shit.
Okay. 7 out of 10 tears.
Doesn't help. Doesn't make anything better.
I see. It's really hard to please you, unless we have that crying girl.
Dude,
Yeah.
if Alex didn't tell his story, we would have been more like after that story, bro. I don't. Nothing scares me now. After that
What?
story, your story was the scariest. Like no cap,
It
no
wasn't
cap,
that scary.
Captain. That's pretty. Like if your bones are popping out of your fucking body, that's scary.
Oh well,
It's disgusting.
Yeah, that's okay. Like Chuck and your stories,
Just
my
like us.
goodness.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we were looking and going, "Whoa!" We're like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh no!"
Okay. I'm going to read Milky's story first because Karan's story is kind of wholesome. I wanna.
Dear
Okay.
shit.
Yeah.
Tone it down later with the whole.
Yeah, tone it down with a good note, right?
I got you.
Yeah.
Let's read Milky's story, which is she's actually here listening to us.
Milky, I hope at the end of the story it says, "And then I cried." Again.
Not in front of Chuck. Not in front of
Just
Chuck.
want to get that edit in real quick.
God damn it! All right. So it is actually a document, right? It's like a photos and all that kind of shit.
These photos.
Yeah, you can click the. I send it. Like you scroll out. I send the document. You can click on it and since our audience is just going to listen to it, so I'm just going to explain to you guys what's on the sheet. So she said like this is my primary high school, which it shows like high school around a place like in Hong Kong, I feel like. And the school looks like a cathedral kind of design. Is it like it is. It's probably like a church or something before, or I don't know what. But it's like an old ass building, right? It looks scary. It looks scary. It looks like a haunted fucking building. Right off the bat, right? Okay. So she wrote, the school was founded all the way back in 1925, and their missions was bring Catholicism into people of Hong Kong's life. But that didn't last long, for their plans were intruded by the Second World War. Okay, basically this school were created to bring Catholicism, yeah, okay. Catholicism into the people of Hong Kong, right? So that's explain the architecture style, I feel like. In 1942, the school shut down and was used as a military hospital. Goddamn. For the Japanese. Okay, so it's like World War. Over the years, I studied in the school. They had been saying that the entryway we have to go through in order to enter campus was where they buried all the soldiers that had lost their life in the war. Right on the entrance, what a good place to bury a fucking human being. The area which one was the main area to treat injured soldiers become an open space filled with the roaring screams of children running around aimlessly until the bell rings. While I was studying there had been a lot of areas within the campus we were not allowed to go to, with one specific building that we call the Water Tower. Back then, me and my classmates were very curious as to what secrets held in there, until one day 2 primary 6 students that happened to be the prefects. Oh, okay. Happened to be the prefects that took care of my class decided to sneak in and see what lies in the tower. Not long after, those 2 primary 6 students stopped coming to school and
they were never heard of again. One teacher told us they both did not take their studies seriously and decided to neglect the rest of their days since they've been accepted into their desired secondary school. I had my doubts on what the teacher said because I was neighbors with one of the girls, and every day we would ride to school bus together, and she looked her attendance and studies very seriously. As the day went by, I still bumped into the one who was my neighbors around of my neighborhoods every day, crossing paths and waving at one another at the same spot, until one day she just disappeared completely. I used to do their choir too. I used to do choir too, and there were many paintings hung in the choir room. I remember clearly one year where the younger students refused to go to the choir room when we had to line them up and walk them to there, telling us the paintings on the walls won't stop following us. God damn. They ended up getting in trouble for not going into choir since that day. Whenever I had choir, I would glance at the paintings while the echoes of Christian's gospel ring through the room. Our library and computer room were also in the basement of our school. It didn't help that the door into the library with jail bars sprayed painted white. That was our favorite place, the art room. God damn it. Struggling so much with words. Yes, I'm not very good at reading because I have a little bit of dyslexic.
Bruh, the fact that people disappeared.
Yeah.
Bruh, that's pretty scary actually.
Where were you at?
It's Hong Kong.
No. We were in the story.
No, it's already finished. It was like my favorite place in the art room. Yeah. I still listen to this.
Nice.
What do you mean nice?
Are you kidding me? Like, come on. Like World War, like military bunker or what do you call it? Military hospital kind of thing. You know,
hospital.
Yeah, water tower. Oh, perfect. It's all the good stuff.
I was very, very curious what happened to those people that go to the water tower.
You want to find out? We can go together.
Yeah, send location. No.
Yeah, send location. we can go back. We can figure it out.
God damn. All right, boys, rating.
Real phasmophobia hours.
Ooh, phasmophobia. Let's go.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 because it's World War related. Because you like it, that idea.
It's not even about like World War related. Like it doesn't have to be World War related, but it's got all the aspects that make a story. True events and certain like somewhat of a religious theme. And then you've got certain locations, like specific locations that add to the story.
And also like the fact
make the horror.
Also the fact that the authorities of the school said like you cannot go into like specific place and shit, right?
Yeah.
God
and
damn.
The story has like history behind that. It's good because it makes it more impactful.
Oh, they heard crying nuns in the tower.
Not the crying nuns, bro.
Oh, Marie.
What the fuck?
Bring the holy water. Bring the holy water.
Bring the holy water. We got poltergeist.
Wait, so you never heard from those people again? Like there were no rumors surrounding the people that just disappeared? Like they were just spirited away? Straight up?
Oh my god. Even from your neighbors?
Nah.
Because you say like, oh god damn. No, that's
like no like they just moved away or something. None?
So it's one of the it's maybe something real fucked up that people try to hide, and then they saw it, and then probably the authorities of the school or maybe like the government themselves just be like, we cannot let this go and whatnot and move them or something like that, or it really is some supernatural. I don't know, right?
Maybe they're still in the water tower. You know,
There's what?
they're still in the water tower.
They're still in the water tower.
Yeah, with the nuns.
Oh my god, it's kind of spook.
What's scarier?
Too stupid.
The idea that they could have died because of a spirit, or the idea that real people could be involved.
Yeah,
And
the
they
idea of real people
got
being involved. The
kidnapped or
idea
some
of
shit.
actually probably the authority of the school themselves like involved with all the kind of shit is kind of more scary to me. They're
That's
probably
a scary
like
story.
yeah, they're probably like hiding something real fucking secret in there, and they don't want anyone to find it out. And once they found out, it's just that's it's just unsettled.
Yeah, maybe it's connected with Lileh's story, and they are doing human trafficking.
Literally, chamber
Maybe
of
they went
secrets.
through they went for a tunnel. They went for a tunnel in the countryside, and
I
on
wouldn't be
the other
surprised.
side they're in another world, and there was this dragon called Haku, but it's not like a dragon, but it's kind of like a weird kind of like dragon kind of thing, and it's this witch. There's a
All right,
witch
stop.
there.
And see, I was following you when you said there was a tunnel, because I'm like, World War II, maybe there's some secret like tunnels to
Yeah, secret
escape, right?
tunnel.
And then you
But then
said
you lost
like
me.
isekai. You lost me on the isekai part.
I just Miyazaki it all over.
Draco, no!
Good story. Okay, very
That was great.
very scary. I want to say very interesting, but at the same time, I feel bad for those people that are missing. So I would just say like very scary. I guess very spooky. Very
It
spooky.
scares me that it's children, man. I feel so bad for children.
Yeah, children, and the fact that it can be that real people are involved on those kind of cases is also very very unsettling. I don't like those places. Why you go to school there, Milk? Why you do this to yourself?
That's why I stay away from Catholic schools, man.
Stay away from Catholic
Stay
school.
away from Catholic schools.
Hey,
'Cause
Catholic
you
people are
never know.
scary.
Yeah.
One of the top school in HK. Nah, that's kind of sus.
No. I believe that top schools
Yeah.
and HK, because you get rid of all the shit students, right?
All the
They're the ones that
competition
disappear.
would you have? Yeah.
All the shit students disappear, so they have a better average.
Fuck.
A big brain,
It's
big
fucked
brain.
up. But yeah, it's kind of sketchy. Anyone out there listening on this podcast, if you're from there and you have the same experience, I would love to know more. Send me a DM or some shit.
If you're missing, call your embassy. Call your embassy.
Let's
Call Ghostbusters. That's my advice.
Yeah.
let's move on. Like the last story. Carps also like sent a story, but it's a story that is a stupid story. I don't really want to read it.
Do you want me to read that?
It's either you
story,
or
or-
Alex. Let's go. Whoever. I don't care. You guys.
You
Yeah, I
want
can
to read
read
it? Yeah,
I can read it.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. This story is from Crayon, and it's based on true events, according to Crayon. It was a cold autumn evening. Young Crayob finished up classes and arrived home as the sun was readying itself to set. Crayob entered a living room that looked all but lively. Weeping can be heard through the walls of a quaint 3-bedroom home. The smell of beef stew wafted through the air as dinner was being prepared. Once dinner was served, all but Crayob's mother was present. Crayob's father, with a solemn look, informed the rest of the family that their grandmother had passed in her sleep the same morning. Silence befell the household. Only the sounds of metal utensil can be heard. The sounds of sobbing has quelled itself to sleep. Crayob was young, not at all old enough to understand what death really meant. He knew he should be sad, but he wasn't. He didn't feel anything. After dinner, Grayup's After dinner, Grayup's parents went out to their usual Bible study, and the usual evening routine proceeded for Grayup. Do homework, watch TV. As the night continued, Grayup's energy went with it. Grayup got off the couch and wearily walked his way to his room to end the night. Down one hall, take a right, and at the end of the hall, under the soft yellow lit hallway, Grayup rubbed his eyes as he fixated his gaze at the closed door to his room. After another blink, a ghastly humanoid figure appears before his destination. It seems to not have a face, blurry as it may have appeared. Grayup thought nothing of it. To his tired self, it seemed to be his grandmother. Grayup was only halfway across the hall when the ghastly figure opened it for him. He walked into the dark room and got into the bed as the figure followed. A chill ran down his spine as a warm hand touched his back. Just as his grandmother before did, the hand patted and rubbed Grayup's back and was quickly lulled to sleep.
Ooh, I don't know why, but that shit sends me a little like. I got a little bit chill down the spine listening to this.
Is the way he reads it, huh?
Number 9.
Burger King food lettuce.
Burger King food lettuce.
Okay. So apparently, I've heard this story before by Crown. He told me about it, and apparently, this happened not long after his grandmother passed away. So, like, in that sense, it feels like it's kind of wholesome, right? Like,
Yes.
you know, his grandmother probably used her last effort to to comfort him, I guess, in that sense. But regardless, I don't know how he did it. I guess small crayon or like young crayon doesn't have much care about what happened. So if that was me and seeing like ghastly figures are in front of my room, I'm a run away, bitch. I'm not staying. Like, holy shit.
Nope.
That is
Didn't
true,
feel
guys.
anything.
I don't care if I'm tired and asleep. I fucking run to the living room, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Nope, not gonna go there.
Exactly. And then like he said like the figure opened the door for him too. That was like seems like very sketchy, like very debate kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yo, that's true.
Come here. It's all good.
God damn it.
I ain't Christian, but Jesus says no. No going in.
It was fucking goddamn. Oh, by the way, hello Frank.
So sorry about that. Dealing with a night rash, basically.
Oh, nah, no worries, no worries. We just got done like reading stories, so we have a one slot for you after this.
All right.
Okay, we're just like talking about Crown story a little bit. God damn it!
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah, guys, reviews.
I will give it a 0 out of 10 for scary because it was just so nice.
It's wholesome, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
pretty
indeed.
wholesome, yeah.
It's wholesome out of 10.
Yeah,
I would say.
Wholesome out of
wholesome
10.
out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that
Yeah.
the idea that Crown said it's probably his grandmother after his grandmother passed away and tried to like comfort him and whatnot. It's pretty wholesome. That's a good spirit. That's not a malicious spirit, I would say.
Yeah, I'll give it an aw out of 10. Yeah.
Aww.
Grandma. Not all spirits are bad.
Not all spirit is bad, yeah. And with that note, Frank just joined us, which is the other guest that I've been talking about. And Frank said
he has a story to read. Is it, friend?
Ooh.
Unfortunately, plans changed.
Oh, planes
Like,
change. Okay.
the thing is that if I were to read like a story from a copyrighted work, might
Oh,
cause
okay.
some issues for you and all.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Ah.
instead prepared an essay.
You prepared it. Okay. So do you have anything to read for us today?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sure. You can go ahead.
Okay.
Epic.
Nothing scarier than the unknown, and the unknown can be pretty scary. I live alone in the wooded suburbs of Boston. It's very quiet here at night, much quieter than Boston. I've always maintained that my worst night of sleep was when Barack Obama was first elected. All through the night, everyone was yelling and screaming, "We did it! Yes, we did! It's 3 a.m. And I would very much like to sleep and make it to my 8 a.m. class on time. Also, would like to have a moderately slow breakfast and a cigarette before sitting in class, where I would sit down in the front right section with my friends and sleep anyway. But here, where everyone has a yard, multiple large cars, and the highest property tax rates in the state, every now and then I would hear a scream, like a contralto letting everything out. I don't know where it is coming from, far too distant for me to investigate, and I always would wonder where it's coming from. I'll later find out that it's the banshee's wail, the howl of foxes and other similar canines, including shibes, that cute Japanese breed more people like to look at rather than look after. Other things are less describable. I would smoke outdoors at night with the porch light off to look at the stars and the moon. One time I heard a squeaking like an old tricycle come up to me in the dark. There was no moon. Could not see what it was. After a few moments, I would hear the squeak move away from me. Never heard it since, especially since I switched to electronic cigarette and just sit in my chair at night and breathing the largely unknown mist. Paranoia can have a powerful grip on the mind. Maybe my friends do hate me. Maybe acquaintances are merely tolerating me. Maybe, somehow, a man is right behind me in his college campus lab at 3 a.m. I can only say for sure that the man behind me is merely a white trash can. Honestly, an hour 15 on what's going to be a 24-hour work period, tight timelines and all. What's worse is that in this lab, there's a glass window door in the back and white vertical blinds in the windy back chase. My head was on a swivel. I need to make sure that it was just the blinds every 5 minutes or so. Other times, I would mistake the same trash can for another human. Again, fatigue and being in a time bubble, much like everyone else is currently experiencing, for 3 years brought on my mind's hyper-aware state. So, one thing I'm irrationally afraid of is seeing a face outside through my window. Even more so if the face is figured like a zombie. If the Lovecraft Wendigo Ithaca shows up, I would be A, very afraid, and B, annoyed I was so self-assured that it doesn't exist. Ithaca is a space yeti with red eyes, flying to abduct you to give you a tour of the outer reaches of space. Oh, all the stories you could tell if you somehow managed to survive the cold. More realistically, as unwanted intruder, my neighbors are nosy, and the houses are close enough that we could tell if someone's taking our couches and tables out in a box truck. Even then, there's bigger game up north in town, where the houses are secluded, large, and owned by rich people. Much less hassle than dealing with the unpredictability of neighbors' walking schedules over here. Even then, keep an ear and an eye out. Now, I live in this house for a long time. The decor is mostly untouched. Hanging pictures and plates on every wall, vases and violins sitting on every free surface. The house itself is old. Former summer home for the rich so they can get away from the noise of the city and swim to nearby lake. It's so quiet. I can hear the mice scurry behind my bathroom mirror. I can hear when my shed doors open and closed. No college kids drowning out in silence. I believe in haunted houses. I believe in inanimate objects and machines having personality. Some design quirk coupled with wear and tear, Plus, a surprise feature from the factory. It will make the machine appear to hate to do work at the end of a long day. Haunted houses, not houses haunted by something, but houses self being haunted, are an extension of that. Years of neglect and wear coupled with large, lazy building and assembly will make it appear as if the house hates you. It's trying to excise you from inside like a body fighting an infection. Exhaust fan no longer works. Occasional flooding. Odd smells. Heat refusing to work in dead winter. Power going out from specifically my room and my room only. I know I need to leave, I say to the house. Just need more time. 1 year was real bad. Out here is crashes and thumps at night from inside the house. I would take a broomstick, very useful for physical rehabilitation, and sweep room to room, looking for the source of the noise. One time I heard a loud thump while I was showering. I made the decision to finish showering and then look for the source of the noise. The bathroom door is difficult to open, and the floors are hardwood. Tough to find the footing when your feet are wet. Thoroughly drying and putting on my nighttime clothes, I began to sweep. And that time, like all other time, were mundane acts of entropy. This time, the string of a painting hanging in the dining in the room broke. Another time, a plate was hanging over a metal furnace shroud and fell. Then you have dishes tipping over in the sink as a wayfaring into the dishwasher. One time, the lid of a vase inexplicably cracked. There was just nothing. Nothing but a reminder that if I stay, I will rot like everything in and around this house. Future's unknown, and I hope it's not nothing. Like a slow sheeting of wash of reality dissolving every fantasy of every failed love I had. These fears creep. I can no longer be a prodigy based on my age. I can still be a late bloomer. I'm still alive. But like happiness and grief, all of this unease come in waves. And I have to stand there and take it. Pant legs rolled up and all. I don't believe it in turning to the past behind me. Truly believe that life does get better as time goes on, but here I am, waiting for the next ship over the horizon and signaling that I do not intend to stay. Maybe I should just swim across. The new world can't be that far over the abyss, can it?
Wow. Are you done?
Very
Yep.
YouTube. very
God
YouTube
damn,
video.
that's a good fucking story. Holy shit. You really
No. That
was a
put a
story
time to
indeed.
write it, eh?
Yeah, you know what? It might sound scary with the scary voices, but or the stories. I mean, but I want your voice. I want your voice.
What, I
Can
started
I have
in a new label?
Signing a new labels. God,
Indeed.
I think if you do audiobooks, Frank, people will listen to it. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, you
I've
and
been
Shell.
meaning to take voice acting classes and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
just a little bit crunch for time right now.
That is true.
Let
You're
me tell
also
you
like a
something
busy.
about undergraduates or even graduate students. They have very, very clever ways of applying all of the math concepts they learn, and they're all so wrong.
I got damn.
Seriously, like you and Jane in the room, damn.
Oh damn, yeah, you Jane. Wait,
Oh,
you and Jane. You guys should make a podcast. like straight up. Holy shit.
yeah.
God damn, that was a good one. Are you like still living in that house? I don't know if this like just
Still am.
still like you still. So it's actually like a true story.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
like
still
planning to leave?
I can't figure out what that squeak was.
What the squeak was?
The squeak outside at night.
Oh, okay. You still can't figure that out.
Yeah, it must have been like 10, 12 years ago by now.
Mm-hmm.
It was
And
the
it
rat.
never squeaked again.
It's Remy, the little rat chef.
No, it was basically like Jigsaw from the Saw movies to ride on his tricycle. Kind of like
Oh,
that
of
sound.
course, of course.
Ah.
Ooh.
Oof.
Hello, Frank.
Do you plan to move there? Like,
And so the current plan is that if I go, sell a house, let someone else deal with it. If I stay,
yes.
we hire a contractor to remodel the house.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, probably like. Is the house is old? Is it a whole house?
Yeah, I believe it was built in the 1960s
Oh shit!
or
Oh.
80s even.
On top of an ancient
shit.
burial ground, please.
60s, bro.
It wouldn't be too far out of the realm. I mean, the only complication to that is that people don't generally bury their dead in low-lying swamps, right?
Well, these are
Yeah.
prayers for everything.
Like I'm below the sea level right now.
Wow.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, when it rains, my
Hmm.
drain slows down.
Fuck. You probably you should leave. Actually.
Okay,
Move
when it takes
out.
slow down,
That-
it's not
that
that
sounds
bad,
okay.
all right?
Okay. God damn it.
Yeah.
All right. So that was a really good read. I love that.
Mm.
Okay. I think we passed 1 hour, which is
Yeah.
way beyond our marks. All right. Way beyond, because this episode is pretty fun. I love this episode. Every episode we does is pretty fun. So,
I love spooky
Um,
story.
yeah, Spooky Story is very cool.
Yeah.
Before we end though, I just want to thank Frank. Like, even though you have a rough night and you woke up late and all that kind of shit, but you still make time to come here and read us a story. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
no problem, buddy.
Yeah.
Mhm. And also, like, I want to thank all the stories that people sent by Milk, Crayon, and who's the other guy?
Rika.
Rika. Yeah.
Guy. It was your favorite story, Chuck. How did
Yeah.
you forget?
What do you mean?
Oh, that's
Bro.
wow, that's especially rude.
Jeez.
It ended
Yeah,
with she
we already,
cried.
yeah, exactly. We already went through why it was Chuck's favorite story because of Crying Girl, of course.
That's and that's the true monster over here, Chuck, for not remembering his good friend.
God damn. All right. Yeah. Fuck. I just want to say thank you for those people who sent over the stories and whatnot, and also thank you also to Simon earlier came in and talked about the games. And when this podcast comes out, the game's supposed to be done, so I will put the link for the game that we work on, me, Lily, Simon, and Alex, but mainly Simon because he's the one-man programmer. So we just work on small stuff already. I work on illustration, Lily do the writing, and Alex do the music and shit. And yeah, we will put the link in the description below, and please do follow Simon on Twitch because he's a fun guy. He actually got affiliated long time ago, but he just don't know what to do. He don't know what to stream. I told him to like stream making games and shit. So if he does, check him out. Also check out other people. Before we close, Frank, do you have anything to shout out?
Check
No,
out
not
Frank's
really.
Twitch. Check out
Oh
Frank's
yeah,
Twitch.
check out Frank Twitch. He's
I
actually
stream as a shit post mostly.
It's
That's the
And-
best kind of stream.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of like-
you just said.
I would say Frank's stream is more like hobbyist stream. If you like model making and all that kind of stuff, he does that
Yeah,
shit
and
too.
also I've been working on my own stream assets like transitions and everything of course with help from others who have access to, let's say, Adobe After Effects because that's what I use
Mhm.
professionally.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I try to basically DIY everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
So yeah, check him out. And Frank, in the future, please talk to Jane. Do your own thing because your voice and your Jane's voice is really, really good. I really want to hear something from
Was
you
Jane
guys.
here earlier?
Yeah.
Probably you, because Jane is always read books, right, on stream. So you guys probably could do that kind of series, probably like do
Yeah.
stories and shit.
Yeah,
It's
we
really
Or,
cool.
or give me your voice.
Yeah, but also I understand that
Well, you want me to give you, Alex, my voice?
you already have a good
Yes.
voice, Alex.
You
Shut
got a
up.
good voice,
No,
Alex.
no,
Yeah.
that is. Oh my god, come on! Like, don't
I mean,
make it
yeah,
bad.
Frank's voice is better than you, but you actually have the voice better than all of us.
Alex, you just need to get a better mic.
Okay, all right.
Frank used the same mic as me, okay? And my voice still sounds like shit.
I guess hot pro tip over here. If you want better control over your own voice, it's
Mhm.
better to do it while standing.
While
And
standing.
yeah, so you can better control your diaphragm and everything while
I'm
standing.
hanging upside down.
Damn, that explains a lot.
That explains a lot. All right. Thank you so much for listening, guys. So yeah, check these people out. Check Simon's out. Check Frank's out. They both like stream on Twitch. I will put the link in the description down below, or description in the show link on Spotify, and every other links that are related to all these nerds, all the other nerds that we are. Also in the description below. Check us out. Check Lileh. She's also like stream regularly. Alex.
Yo.
No.
He does music streams and whatnot. And check
Yeah.
June's Twitter if you love some waifu shit, because he retweets a lot of shit. So yeah, and that's it. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you, Milk, for listening with us today. All right, I'll see you guys again on the next episode next month. Bye bye.
Yanni.
Bye.
Bye.